Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
It looks like a pink nightmare.
Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log.
It's Mother's Day.
All that I have, all that I've learned, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am the father.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Three Geeky Dads, the show that has everyone screaming, "We're not gonna take it anymore." But sadly you will, because we hold all the power and have taken control of your pod waves or whatever. Of course, you could just turn us off, but why not let us turn you off with myself, Mark,
Derek.
I'm Leslie Stahl.
Brian.
and if that's not enough to ruin your mood, add along Monster Cereal's own Tito Rivera.
Those stories and Andy Rooney tonight.
Oh, that's
You like that?
Yeah, a little spicy.
I practiced that all
Very spicy.
day.
Yeah.
You rolled
All
the
day.
tongue.
I rolled the tongue just for you.
I'll give it another week. Perfect.
I don't think you could get any more perfect than that.
Well, he nailed it.
He nailed it in front of the mirror all morning. Rah, rah. Yeah. So add him to the mix, and now you have a party. And speaking of party, what's a good one with what's a good one without some yummy appetizers to start you off?
Give me a scotch, I'm starving.
So, before we get into our main course, which is the new horror film Studio 666, starring everyone's favorite Mentos commercial ripoff band, the Foo Fighters, our own piece of foo, Brian, is here to serve up a nice starter meal. You adorable foo, you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
welcome.
Silence is foo. And
Foo
those,
Fighters.
do you guys know what that was from? No.
Silence
That's a
is
deep
foo?
dive into some old Warner Brothers cartoons. It's one of Daffy Duck's first ones. He hold up a sign that says "Silence is foo," and I never understood what the fuck that meant, but
No.
it kind of applies.
All right.
Anyway, we want to rock and roll all night and podcast every day. And tonight, because we're taking a look at a hard-rocking horror comedy fueled by the music of the Foo Fighters, we thought it might be fun to take a look at some other rockin' movies where the music drives the plot. So take it away, whoever wants to start.
You want me to go first?
you-
All right. So mine is probably not as well known as what your picks are going to be. It's a movie.
I might have you beat
Oh, yeah?
as far as like deep dives and obscure.
This is from 2017. It's a movie called American Satan. It starred...
No, you got me beat.
It starred Andy Biersack, who is the lead singer of the Black Veil Brides. He plays a band leader, Johnny Faust, and he is approached by the devil and sells his soul and becomes, the band becomes this famous rock band, and it's all about, them paying for those sins after the fact.
Nice.
They did like a little spin-off show called Paradise City, I think it was called. That's on Prime, but the movie isn't. The movie's hard to find. And funny enough, the even though he is a singer, he didn't do the singing voice in the movie.
That's odd.
It was the Remington. I forget the guy's last name.
Steele.
No, from Palais Royale.
I don't
You've
know
never
that.
heard of them?
No,
Oh,
no.
they're great. Yeah, so it's a Satan, a devil movie. I almost went
How did you discover this movie?
because I like the Black Veil Brides.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan, but like I like them.
Okay.
I think he's cool. So yeah, I stumbled upon it because I'm a fan of them and
Nice.
saw that he was in it.
This is
And-
interesting. There's like a lot of Disney people on this show.
Yeah, Boo Boo Kitty Fuck Stewart is
Boo Boo Stewart.
That's every time I see his name.
Boo Boo Kitty Fuck.
He plays one of the band members.
Cameron Boyce, Bella Thorne.
Cameron Boyce
Oh,
and Bella
wow.
Thorne are on the show.
He's dead, right? He's the one that died?
Yeah.
Cameron
Yeah.
Boyce?
Yeah.
Yeah, who else is in it? There's I gotta get the girl's name because she is the one that I was thinking of, the former Miss Rhode Island.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. I'm sorry.
Is that Amanda Steele?
Olivia Culpo.
Oh, Olivia Culpo. Yeah.
Yeah, she plays Gretchen, his girlfriend. And yeah, she was a Miss Rhode Island. She went on
Wow.
to date a bunch of
Olivia
different.
Culpo. Yeah, she dated Danny Amendola. She
Yep.
dates CMC. Was it Christian McCaffrey, the running back from
Yep.
Oh,
Panthers now.
she's going through all the NFL.
Oh, she-
Well, she stepped her game up.
Yeah.
That guy's like one of the best backs in the league, so she's getting better every.
But yeah, it's like
That's what she said.
yeah. There's a guy from another band in it. I forget which one, but then in the show, there's a bunch of other like real band, people, like metal band people that are in it. So yeah, I mean it's kind of cool, you know. I almost went with Jennifer's Body because of the same thing, but that
Through the
yeah.
trees.
because it's very similar. It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
band that sells their soul to be famous.
That's right. Yeah.
But
I forgot about
that was the
angle on
ones that it wasn't really musically driven.
It wasn't
was
really,
integral
no.
to the plot, I guess, but you
But
know,
not so much
it was
on the
only the
music
one
side,
song,
yeah.
and
That would have been a good pick. That's a
Yeah.
good movie. Very underrated movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fun one.
That's fun. That is a fun movie.
Nice. Who wants to go next? You want me to go next? You want to go next?
I'll go. That's cool. Mine is Rock and Roll from 1983 and directed by Clive A. Smith. Rock and Roll is an animated rock epic from our neighbors to the north, Canada, about a
Nelvana.
Nelvana.
No, Nelvana was the animation studio. From,
Right. That's
I
right.
know this
That's
because
true.
this was my pick.
Oh,
You shit.
God damn it! No,
Oh.
no!
I'm like nobody's gonna get this
A
movie.
couple of Canuck loving
Jesus.
geeks.
Well, do you want to go?
No.
on with it? All right.
We'll do this one together.
So,
How's that?
Nelvana is
Yes.
it's a post-apocalyptic United States populated by mutant humanoid animals.
They're
When
like
in- they're
mutated
like
rats.
Rats and dogs.
Yeah,
and-
something like that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like early Goof Troop, where like Goofy's son.
Yeah.
Like they don't have the snouts, but they have those little like dog or rat noses.
Totally.
Yeah, and
Totally,
like
yeah.
animal ears instead of human ears.
Yeah.
It totally looks like what's
Max.
Goofy? Max.
Max,
Looks like
yeah.
Max. The
That's
band
very
looks like
true.
Max.
I didn't think about that, but
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. It is
It's
like
very Goof
it's
Troop.
like a blueprint for Goof Troop.
Yeah, this came out years and years earlier.
I've seen the poster of this movie a million times and always want to watch it.
I actually have it.
Do you?
I have a digital copy of it on Amazon Prime that I
Nice.
downloaded. The only version I could find because I loved this movie. And I'm going to interject because
No,
you and
no,
I
go
have
right
the same
ahead.
one, and
Dude, take
I
off with it, man.
absolutely love this
Yeah.
movie. This movie came out on DVD, I think, in the early aughts, the early 2000s, and for whatever reason, I let it slip through my fingers. I never bought a copy, and they must have only printed like 10 because after I finally, found out that it was available, they were all sold out.
Yeah.
And if you look on like even Amazon, copies are like $400.
Oh wow!
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Stuff for this movie is extremely hard to find.
It was always hard to find. This was a movie that I caught late one night on HBO,
really.
and I missed like the first 10 minutes of it, but I was hooked from what I had seen, and I'm like, this is awesome. This is absolutely great. I love the music. I remember like like going to school the next day and telling Joe, remember my buddy Joe,
Yeah.
that you've met Joe,
Yeah.
and telling him, dude, I saw this movie last night. He says, the one with Mock and the Demon, and I'm like, yes, that's him. My name is Mock, and thanks a lot. But it's spelled like M-O-K, Mock.
I am Mark.
Yeah.
Yep. So
It should be the way you introduce yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
the music playing.
Mock Swagger.
So you know how I discovered this movie? Derek Rook introduced me to this
Awesome.
film. He came over
Good
one
for
day.
Derek
He's like,
Rook.
dude, you have to see this. Because I had never heard of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And we had this movie on, so I got to see this movie while watching him draw.
Mm-hmm.
He was working on a Bronx Warriors. I think it was a Bronx Warriors or one of the Bronx Warriors like movies. I can't remember exactly what it was. I'm sorry, Derek, but I was watching him draw it
Yeah.
from pencil to ink. So that's like a double dose of fucking cool. 'cause
Yeah, it is.
Not only is he like one of the greatest artists in the
Yeah,
world, but this is
yeah.
one of the greatest movies.
Yeah.
And
Everybody
it was
out
cool.
there who doesn't know Derek Rook is a very talented artist. He was on our show about, what, a year ago or so now?
No, Halloween.
Oh,
Was it
Halloween.
just this past Halloween?
Yeah,
God,
this
it
past
seems so
Halloween,
long
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
That's right. He was one of the
Right.
last ones that we had before I started renovating the basement.
That's right.
Before I
Yeah.
tore
Which
it all
we
down.
are back in, by the
now
way.
we're back.
We're
We're
back
back,
in the
baby. And it feels good, doesn't it, Derek?
It does.
It does.
It does.
It feels good.
Feels right.
It does.
Feels
feel
right,
I
Brian.
feel right,
Yeah.
Brian.
But yeah, and that's right. Derek was one of our last that we had before we started renovating
Yep.
the basement, and he was good. That was when we did our history of horror series, and yeah, he was great.
Yeah, and
He's a really cool
he
guy.
got me into this. He got me into Italian horror.
Yeah,
The
Giallo.
man's
There's
awesome.
always room for Giallo.
There always is room for Giallo.
You see, with the Giallo and the horror.
The Italians with the wops and the blood and
I'll tell you about the
see?
Spanish fly. Put this in your drink.
pudding pops. Yeah, so it stars Debbie Harry, Paul Lamont, excuse me, Catherine O'Hara, and Iggy Pop.
I love Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Catherine O'Hara is just awesome.
Yeah, she's great in everything.
These are all voice actors in the film.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
the
Debbie
movie-
Harry just does the singing voice for
Yeah,
Angel.
she does,
There was another
right.
actress that did
Now,
the...
the singer, so the song "Send Love Through,"
Yes.
which is its most famous song, and very hard to find.
It is.
I
A lot
tried
of this
looking
music is
for it.
hard to
Yeah,
find.
I managed to download the last scene off of YouTube onto an MP3 just to hear that song.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking incredible. Now, who's singing it? I forget who's singing it with her. though.
Robin Zander.
Okay,
Robin
thank you.
Zander of Cheap Trick. He's the one who does the singing
Right,
voice for
right.
Omar.
And who is Paul Lamont?
Paul Lamont was
it
in
sounds
American
familiar.
Graffiti.
American Graffiti and the
okay.
Puppet Master.
Yeah, he didn't do too much after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of did. He die early? I want to say he did.
He could've.
Unfortunately,
I'm not sure. But it also features music from Lou Reed, again, Cheap Trick, and
because
Earth,
Lou Reed
Wind, and
does
Fire.
does the singing voice for Mock, the villain.
Which I thought was Iggy Pop. I don't know how I got that
Iggy Pop
backwards.
does the voice for the demon.
That's what it is. Okay.
Iggy Pop does the
Right.
singing voice for the demon, or
this-
just the voice for the demon.
Yeah, this movie is fucking insane.
It
The
really
animation is beautiful.
It is.
It looks
And
very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's if you've seen
We'll watch it.
heavy metal.
We'll watch
It
or,
has that
yeah.
a similar style. It looks
Totally.
like to
Yeah.
heavy
Totally.
metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we'll
Or
definitely
even,
watch it.
Oh,
Cool
that's-
World.
that's
I'm
really
always up
good.
for this movie, and I happen to I happen to have it
pictures.
on Amazon Prime.
Do
so,
you?
yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's what I said. Yeah,
I got the comic book.
I didn't know
so-
there was a comic of it.
Yep, I do. Yeah, give it to me by Mr. Derek Rook.
That guy is
man.
awesome, man.
He is.
Gotta love Derek
He's-
Rook.
he's
Shout
like
out to
Santa
Derek Rook.
Claus.
Check out his art
That's
at
awesome.
Yeah.
at DerekRook.com, I believe it was.
Can you sing a little bit of that song?
Can I?
Yeah, do you
I
know the
could.
words?
I'm not gonna though.
Okay.
It's a beautiful song.
It is a beautiful song.
I
It's
wish
mu-
I had some of the soundtrack
It's much
downloaded.
better
Drop a
for
beat.
Debbie
Yeah.
Harry
no.
singing it.
Boots
Is
and
See,
cats and boots and
the thing
cats.
is, the part of the story is that Mock, he's a washed-up musician, and
funny,
he's
So are
trying.
you.
I'm not a musician.
Oh, hi, Mock. And
Biopic.
he's holding auditions for bands and singers because he needs the perfect voice to sing the perfect note that will release the demon from its prison.
Right.
Well, this sounds a lot like tonight's main event.
A little bit.
Well,
Okay.
there's a couple of movies that do this.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, which we'll get into.
So he discovers Angel, who I don't remember who does her speaking voice, but the singing voice is Debbie
Oh,
Harry
it's,
of Blondie.
I wrote it down. At least I thought I did.
Okay.
I thought I wrote it.
Was it Catherine O'Hara?
No, it wasn't
No.
Catherine Harris. She plays Auntie something.
Hold on. I keep going. I'll find it.
But that's basically it. And so she kind of doesn't agree to sign on with Mock because he's so sleazy.
Yep.
So he kidnaps her. and then
Only thus proving her point.
and then Omar, who's like her boyfriend / bandmate, and the other two members of the band have to rescue her before Mock sets his plans into motion. But he almost does.
I
at
did
the
nothing.
last minute.
Susan
It
Roman.
But
just-
I'm getting into spoiler territory for a lot of people who have not seen it. But
yeah,
this
because
movie
on
is-
here it's listing Debbie Harry.
Oh, really?
That's her singing.
Yeah.
I have Susan Roman.
Yes, Susan
Yeah,
Roman
right.
did.
Just like,
Yes,
she did a lot of voice acting for animation.
yeah,
Well, that
an old pro.
That knocked off
Susan Roman. That's not the
right there.
yeah.
That's not the one that did the voice of the sister in Chipmunk Adventure, is it? She was in she was in Crybaby, and
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And she played Midge in Big Top Pee-wee.
Yes.
So you want to know? I got a couple of fun facts about this movie
Yeah.
that I can
Yeah.
throw out too.
Totally, yeah.
So, like I mentioned, this is produced by Nelvana. It's a Canadian animation company, and they were responsible for doing the 10-minute animated short for the Star Wars Holiday Special, which featured the debut of Boba Fett.
Wow.
Yes, Nelvana was the animation house that produced that little segment for the Holiday Special.
But we'll forgive them.
We will forgive them. That was actually the best part of the Holiday Special.
True. Yeah,
so.
when we did
Oh,
that,
no, I
when we
think
did
B.
that
Arthur was.
episode,
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur was my favorite part of that.
But when we revisited
Anytime
that
there's a golden
episode,
girl, you gotta
It is,
give
you
her
know?
props.
Yeah.
when we revisited that episode for our Christmas special,
Yeah.
it was cooler to see this time around.
It really was.
knowing who they were.
Yeah.
it was kind of like, oh, I can kind of see the beauty in this in a way. The short, not the special.
No. I know what you meant.
The cartoon. if you will.
Exactly. That was the best part.
It was.
David Bowie, Mick Jagger, Tim Curry, and Michael Jackson were all considered for the role of Mock, but the budget would not allow the production to afford them.
Wow.
So they went with Lou Reed.
I mean,
Who
I
was
do
available
Like, I
and
love Lou
affordable.
Reed.
I do
care
like
what-
Lou Reed.
Lou Reed's great.
Nothing against Lou Reed, but he didn't have the...
Did he do this movie for an 8-ball?
Probably a 4-ball.
Is that Lou Reed Velvet Underground?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear his cover of This Magic Moment?
I love that song. Off of Lost Highway.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. Yep, David. Oh, it's fantastic.
Hate
yeah.
that movie.
What, Lost Highway?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Makes me
Because
angry.
it's called The Lost Highway.
Yeah, it makes me angry.
It makes no sense.
It's
If it made
it's got a
sense,
great soundtrack.
it would be a
though.
found highway. It does have a
Yeah.
David Bowie
Be a
and
found highway.
it'd be a found highway.
Yeah, what is that song? The David Bowie one?
I'm deranged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the same movie?
How secrets travel. Oh, it's great.
The
Admittedly,
harmonies, boys.
Yeah, I was thinking the same
Nice.
thing.
That was nice.
admittedly, the soundtrack is better than this movie, but I do like this movie. So.
My last tidbit of trivia
Tidbit.
was Mock's full name was supposed to be Mock Swagger, but the production was forced to omit the surname from the film at the request of the Rolling Stones' legal representation.
Oh.
They didn't want
just like Mick
because it sounded too
Jagger,
close to
Mock
Mick
Swagger.
Jagger.
Oh, come on.
I get it.
What
I
a-
get it.
what
Mock Swagger, Mick
Boo.
Jagger.
Spoil sport jerk.
Bunch of jerks.
Yeah, Rolling Stones.
Stupid Brits.
They'll never go anywhere. Stupid Brits. All right, well, I didn't have a backup. I guess I should have. I didn't think anybody was going to get this
Yeah,
one.
I have a
did
backup.
not.
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal,
No, there
yeah.
we go.
Which
Everybody
is
knows
another
heavy
one
metal.
I still have never seen that.
You've never seen it?
Oh,
Oh
that's
man.
great.
And I've looked for it, but Heavy Metal 2000 is
Yeah.
on Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
but the
which I
original
hear sucks.
isn't on any of the streaming stuff.
I
so-
saw that. I think I fell asleep watching it though, and so I never went back to watch
Yeah.
it. But the original is pretty fucking fun.
2000 or
Yeah,
oh,
2000.
okay.
I tried to watch. I was like, oh, I have to see it, but then I just passed out and never went back. It was the animation's too new.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
just too
it doesn't
new.
have
that
the
style
same.
of-
I was told it
that
just doesn't
same
have the
style
same
of-
feel.
So that's what I say every time my kid watches TV on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
It's animation.
Too new.
It's too new.
Yeah, too shiny.
No, sir, I don't like it. I
Like
don't
a
like it.
s-
I'm not going to watch it.
Like a stupid mod vehicle. It's too
Give me some
new
Hanna-Barbera.
and shiny.
Oh, too many mirrors.
mirrors.
Too many. My backup is going to be very quickly. I'm going to throw in Trick or Treat as my backup.
There you go.
Mark Price.
Not the new
Yeah,
one.
no.
not the new one.
the
Although
one
the new
from-
one's fantastic, but the original with Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons.
That was the
and
late
Nicole-
80s, right?
Skippy from Mark Price. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. Okay.
What about you, Tito?
So I actually thought somebody was going to take this, and I'm glad no one did. I picked Deathgasm.
Great movie. I was going to
I don't
suggest
think I've
we
ever
watch
seen
this.
Deathgasm.
Oh, you've never seen it?
Yes,
It's-
this movie's fantastic.
It's really awesome. I watched it because I saw Guns Akimbo.
Oh, I love
wondered
Guns
what,
Akimbo.
what else the guy had done, and he did this movie, which essentially is exactly what we think it is. This kid finds a record that belonged to the singer. Inside of the record are some song lyrics and some music. He plays it, and then all these people start becoming possessed. But in this, I don't want to give it away. You've never seen it.
I
It's
haven't.
a
No,
lot-
that's
it's a
okay.
lo- no, I'm not going.
Is
to.
it available anywhere? Can
Yeah.
I see it?
Yeah,
somewhere?
I wa-
Shudder.
I
It's on
watched
Shudder. It's on. I think
watched
it's
it
on
on
Prime.
Prime.
A weird
Yeah.
movie on Shudder? Go figure. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
have watched it.
No, this is like
Well, and this
this is a fucking fun ass movie.
and
Yeah,
that
I'll
movie
check it out.
started as a short from
It was a show. Yes,
which from All Hallows Eve or the other one, but it was one of those Halloween anthology movies.
Oh, yeah?
It was like a
It must have been that
A
one.
vignette
'cause
from one of them.
I have not seen that one yet, so maybe it is that one. Unless it's.
yeah, Tales of Halloween. There's two of them that I've. Well,
I've seen Tales.
and
of
I saw
Halloween.
Bad Candy, which was awful.
Oh yeah, no.
But
Bad Candy.
yeah, one of the two.
yeah, he's got his band and they're running around and they're trying to, he lives with his stepdad and his stepdad is a prick. I'm sorry, it's his uncle and his cousin, and they kind of bully him. He meets some friends. They have a band. One of the local girls is kind of into him. It's a lot of fun. I don't want.
I'll check it out.
You should
It's
watch
just
it. I don't
what you
want to.
expect.
But the
Joe
end-
Bob
the
had
end
it
has a
on
cool
one of his
flip.
seasons of Joe
Yeah.
Bob.
He did?
Yeah, Joe Bob.
Deathgasm?
Yep.
Oh.
The end is.
It
got
must
this
be one of the
cool
episodes that they're
little,
not showing anymore.
It has this
No,
cool
it's
like
Still available.
Really?
twist to
Yeah.
I missed it.
how to get rid of whatever the evil is.
It's
Which is
fantastic.
kind of like opposite of what you normally see, or based on like what parents think rock music does, or
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be listened to, or whatever.
I forgot about this one. This was a
It's
good
fun.
pick.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah. The music good?
You know what?
I
I'm
have
not
to
a
see
metal
it
guy.
again.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I'm not a metal guy, but I like the film a lot.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, it's got that catchy like 80s kind of,
riff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you'll dig it.
I like a good satanic riff.
I think you'll dig it.
Spellbinding.
Well, that's a good segue into our main feature.
Well, like the main feature, Deathgasm has a lot of Evil Dead tie-ins too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah,
totally
a ton.
like,
I'm a super geeky white guy. You can call me Mr. Segway.
How about just Paul Blart? He wrote a segue.
I'd be more like Paul Shart.
Sure.
it always goes back to you pooping. What
does
what
not.
Is it?
Yeah.
It fit.
It fit. You really want people to know you poop a lot.
Poop your pants a lot.
Hey, didn't you read the book? Everybody poops.
Everybody
Mark.
does
Everybody
poop.
Yeah.
Does everybody shart? Well, we all have at one point.
Your Knight of the Round Table name is Sir Poops a lot.
My cup stuff runneth over.
You got Sir Poops a lot, Sir Lunch a lot.
This is what happens when we start recording late. This is a late one, folks.
Yeah, it is.
Because we had to see tonight's main course first. So we are talking about the movie that we literally just watched.
But we've been wanting to see for a long time.
We have. And so, shall we get into it?
We absolutely shall. On to the main course.
Okay, on to the main course. So,
I want a hamburger. No, a cheeseburger. I want a hot dog. I want a milkshake. I want potato
You'll
chips.
get nothing and like it.
there's something about rock and roll and horror movies. Perhaps it's because that both have, at one time or another, been looked down upon, criticized, and labeled bad for people, in particular, young people. Both things have always stood for rebellion, a lashing out against the norm, and a force to be reckoned with. Both have defined our ways of thinking of the world and dared us to look in the darkest of corners or the most forbidden of places that polite society have tried to sweep under the rug. So perhaps it is no surprise that rock and roll and horror movies, I almost said rock and rule because that's still in my brain,
Yeah, it's a
have
good one
become
to have on the brain.
They've become kindred spirits. When put together, anything can happen. Such is the case with our episode tonight, as we discuss the recently premiered movie Studio 666, starring the Foo Fighters, and a story about the band moving into a mansion steeped in rock and roll history in order to record their latest album, only to find lead singer Dave Grohl grappling with demonic supernatural forces that put the band members' lives into mortal danger. Does the movie work? Do the Foo Fighters have the acting chops to pull a good horror movie performance? We are about to find out from your friendly neighborhood dads what we think of this movie. Of course, we are dedicating this episode to Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins, who sadly passed away last week at the age of 50, unfortunately.
Seriously, yeah.
And after seeing this movie, I'm even more sad. 'cause
I know.
Oh, yeah.
So, opening thoughts. Who wants to start this roundtable discussion here?
I guess I'll start.
Go ahead.
So,
Are you our starter? You're our
I
starter.
apparently.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a lot of fun. I think the band was great. I mean, I think that this movie with any other band probably wouldn't have been as entertaining.
No.
I think they just have the right chemistry.
They
for
really
something
do.
Like this, and
Agreed.
I think all of them. It's funny because Pat was like the only one that really didn't seem to be into acting. Like he just kind of was.
Oh, yeah.
That's
he
what I was
there.
thinking too.
You know?
Yeah.
He was like a little off, but he is a little off. So it's kind of okay.
As the movie went on, I think like that's just the way he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really, really entertaining. Plenty of great gore, and the music was great, and it reminded me how much I really do love the Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters. So was the emphasis on fool, or was the emphasis on fighters?
It was good.
Cool. Yeah, I really liked it a lot. It covered two things I like in movies. I love when people play themselves and get killed, like in films such as This Is the End,
Yeah.
or even if they make a cameo and die in it, like the lead singer from Offspring in Idle Hands, or there was another one. Well, they don't die, but even like something like Scooby-Doo, when Sugar Ray is on the island and they're actually demons in real life.
You mean he didn't die?
No, they don't
I
die.
wish.
They should have. Would have been nice to put them in this mansion, I guess. But,
Seriously.
it's very meta, I guess, right? Is this considered meta, Tito?
Tito's now our meta
Our
expert.
meta expert.
That's a great question. It has to be, right? Because they're playing themselves.
Right.
I feel like it'd be even more meta if the soundtrack was like they were actually recording the soundtrack for the movie while
Yeah,
they were
if
filming.
you,
Oh,
so
okay.
I was wondering that the whole time, like, oh,
Yeah.
is this stuff actually going to be part of a 10th album?
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah.
what happened was, didn't they go to that house to record their 10th album? And that's when Dave
they
had
got
the
the
idea
vibes.
to do
Yeah,
to
maybe.
do this movie, and he
Oh,
came up with
that's
the
all
idea.
the way
Is
meta.
it?
Yeah.
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 Okay then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So
I'm pretty
it
sure
is
that's how
meta.
the story went.
That is.
It's in your wheelhouse.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that could be any more meta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
So
that there
even
was actually
before,
demons?
unless they were real,
If it was a documentary.
it was really Pazuzu, man. Yeah.
A Taika Waititi joint.
yeah.
So yeah, meta. Even before I knew what meta was, I like those movies. And
What's the meta with you?
What's the meta for you? And I also like rock and roll is bad for you movies. We've mentioned Deathgasm, Trick or Treat,
Right.
Black Roses. Like
That's right.
Those
Yeah.
are the, rock
Honestly,
and roll.
I thought that's what
Nightmare.
you were going to pick.
I was.
I'm
but
so
rock and
surprised that
roll-
you picked the same thing.
I knew he wasn't gonna because
I
we
didn't
just
think
recently-
anybody else knew that
He
movie
just
but
recently
me.
talked about it though.
Yeah, he did.
He brought it up.
Which
It-
is
I
why
was
I thought he was going to
close.
bring it
Yeah.
up again.
I was actually close to doing Trick or Treat.
Mark can only bring it up once in a while.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I tried to do something not Shudder oriented.
but it never works, does it?
No, because then Tito picks up the from Shudder. Jerk.
You're a liar.
It's like this will lure Mark back into my trap.
Brought to you
Yeah.
by.
I'm evil Tito. Hee hee hee. Yeah, I love all that stuff.
Did they have enough gore for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It had everything. It had a chainsaw.
Took a little while to get into it.
It's fine with me.
Like the
Yeah, but the
like
comedy.
fine
it was
with
nice
me.
that it opened with some gore. And
Yeah.
then, but then like it was all them moving into the house.
Yeah, it was establishing the story.
Lots
Yeah.
of comedy.
But
But
there
the
was a lot of
comedy
comedy.
Yeah.
made it interesting.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
comedy than I thought as well.
Yeah, that's what Derek was saying. Too.
But I knew it was going to be funny.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this
But I didn't
premise
expect it
can't
like
be
Derek. I
too
didn't expect it
serious.
to be that
Well,
funny. It was really.
It was Evil Dead 2 funny.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and it was like a whole like act and a half of funniness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like from the end. Well, I mean, granted, there was some more humor
Peppered
sprinkled
in.
into the but for the most part, it was like the last act
Mm-hmm.
was all good horror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a nice kill in the beginning. Then
Yeah.
the band shows up, and then you get some comedy and then tons of gore, and it does not let up, and it's fantastic.
It's flirting the line, right? Because it's
Yeah.
so over the top that it's
Mm-hmm.
hilarious.
Yeah.
And I love
Oh, yeah.
that, like they don't.
Yeah.
It's not one of those movies that like they cut away or they
Right.
show it
No.
from different angles where you
No.
like.
It's like, how can we
there's
get this-
impact.
yeah.
The effects on this movie are great, whether they were practical or some of them CGI. Like,
I was looking at the credits. There wasn't a lot of CGI listed.
No.
It was all like puppets this and
yeah,
latex that.
from the
Latex.
hammer to the
Yeah.
head to the chin.
Rubber.
Oh yeah,
Lot of
no,
rubber.
it was.
Yeah.
It looked like it was mostly practical effects, and I got to applaud them for that. I think the only CGI was probably the smoky,
The
ghosty
smoke
demon
demons.
looking
Yeah,
demons.
I was
you
thinking
know?
the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm glad that stuff's coming back in movies too. People are really
yeah.
I
making
wholeheartedly
a point
agree.
to bring back practical effects because you watch like early 2000 movies when they were just flooding the shit with CGI.
Yeah.
It's awful. I mean,
Yeah.
it just does not hold
Well, and I
up,
think
man.
for a long time, like there wasn't really practical effects that did hold up that
Yeah.
could be realistic.
Yeah.
You know, this movie I think proves that wrong. Like this is a good way to do practical effects that it sells it.
No, I agree. When it's done right, it's wonderful.
Yeah, I think what I could have liked more is if they didn't have well-known actors playing certain characters.
Right.
So like Whitney Cummings.
Because that was
Yeah.
the whole time I was like, well, that's Whitney Cummings, that's
Right.
Jeff Garner, that's Will Forte. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking the whole time that
yeah.
because the Foo Fighters are the Foo Fighters that they're just playing
Right,
themselves.
and
Right,
they
right.
exist.
Yeah.
This drives
Yeah.
me nuts all the time. They exist in the actual world, so
They're real people. in
nobody
that-
ever
yeah.
noticed that their manager looks exactly like
Like
that
Jeff
guy
Garner.
from Curb Your
Yeah.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
That was that was
Well-
something that was off about New Nightmare, right? New Nightmare, they all
Where
played
they tried to be
themselves,
meta,
which is a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Then they had
But the
actors playing
son
the husband or the
is
son.
guy from. No, everybody was real, really, except the babysitter was an actress, but she was pretty unknown, so it didn't hurt it too much. But Heather Levincan's son is Gage from Pet Cemetery. and
That's right. He is.
What's
yeah.
his name from Full House? That kid, that kid who's in everything.
He was in everything in the
Right,
90s.
and that kind of breaks the illusion.
Yeah,
Because it's like,
agreed.
oh, my son looks just exactly like that damn kid from Full House.
Yeah.
Because Heather Levincan watched Full House.
Miko Hughes.
Yeah. Mika. I think
Miko
it's Mika.
Hughes?
Yeah, Mika Hughes.
He looks like a little shit still.
Yeah.
when I grew up.
All grown up. He's one of those.
A little shit.
So yeah, I get what you're saying, Tito. What else did
just
you
like
like?
little Annie
or not like?
Skywalker.
I was going to say that too, Derek. You reading my mind.
I think it's perfect if you're gonna make a movie like this. It has to be horror because even if they're bad, it's still good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there are points where you're just like, oh, this acting's not great,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter because it's an over the top horror movie, so it works fine. Because in so many horror movies, the acting is not always great. But that's not always why you watch the film. Is you watch it to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But there were some really
It depends what kind of
fucking
horror
fun
film it is.
scenes.
Yeah.
That line, man, like the dicks blow back in their mouths like they've done it before.
There were some great lines.
That was so
it was
funny.
really well
Let's blow the
written.
dicks back into their mouths.
Yeah.
Like they've done it before. Oh my god. Then that was early, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna like this movie."
Yeah,
I can.
yeah.
I can already tell I'm gonna like this movie.
Mhm. As long as it maintains that level there, you know, that they
Right,
didn't,
right.
you know, hit their peak in the first act, but it didn't. It maintained all the way through.
Rami was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. He's yeah.
he
That
was
was one of those
riot.
accidental like
Yeah.
brilliant like performances.
Yeah,
Because he's got that the whole time we're watching it. I'm thinking like you know, the Batman with like whispery voice guys. You know, I'm just like, this guy's voice is weird.
Yeah.
Is it how he normally sounds, or is this is him acting
Right.
in his sexy voice, and he's wearing sunglasses the whole time?
Yeah.
He reminded me of that. Is it Chris DeLeo?
Yeah,
That
a little bit.
stand-up
I
comedian?
can see
He
that.
was-
From
yeah.
what?
Yeah, Chris
Chris
DeLeo.
DeLeo
He's
is a stand-up comedian.
I know what you're talking
He's the
about.
one.
I
Remember
know
when,
this
when we
guy.
did the Army of the Dead?
Yeah.
got
episode?
replaced
He
by
was the
Tig-
one
yeah.
that was that Tig replaced.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. No, I
That's
don't know
very
this
similar.
guy.
He's got like a beard.
Yeah,
longish
yeah,
hair,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. He reminded me. I was thinking Chris DeLeo the whole time. When I was-
Okay.
Like a cross
was on
between him and
screen.
Ringo Starr.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's very,
yeah.
very
Super-
hippie
yeah.
dippy. Yeah.
He had some great moments too with like the feather and
Yeah.
you know, just like
Yeah. Where'd you learn that? Pasadena.
Pasadena. yeah.
He was rocking that lion head thong.
right.
Oh my
That's
God!
what it
Yeah,
was.
they turned out to be
that
Dave's. Are those
mine?
mine?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it had the couple of endings to it, which I was like, oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been fine if they stopped before Jeff Garland came
Showed-
back,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was all
Yeah,
It would have
yeah.
been. Yeah, oh, they just all get killed.
Yeah.
That's
Should,
good
should we
enough.
say
Yeah, right,
spoilers
right,
going
right,
forward?
Oh yeah.
As always,
Going back
Well,
and
yeah,
forward.
This is-
Okay.
this
Well,
is going to be a spoiler-filled episode.
You have that loose thread though, because the realtor or whatever gets real weird
Yeah.
with Pat Smear.
That's right. Yeah.
And then it's like, oh well, she's coming to come back later, I guess, and
Yeah.
be something, you know, a cultist or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever they're supposed to be.
if you see the trailer, though, I think the whole thing is spoiled for you. Really,
Yeah.
I don't.
There,
think
there
there's
were a
any
few of the kills that, like,
twists.
especially if you saw the Red Band trailer.
Yeah,
like
which I
a lot
did.
of the kills were spoiled.
That's
Yeah.
what your dad
Which was-
said because he had
yes,
seen most of the
exactly.
gore.
Yeah.
Yeah. And shout out to my dad for
Yeah.
seeing this
I know,
movie with
dude.
us.
Your dad watched the
Yeah, he
movie
wanted to
with
come
us.
over. I told him we were watching Studio 666, and he wanted to come over. He actually gave up a good portion of his Bruins game.
I
Look
know.
at that.
That's dedication
That
to
is
a horror
wow.
movie.
I am so
Yeah.
envious.
Should have really
Yeah.
tested him.
That's
and
such
seen
a
if he
cool
would record
dad.
with us.
No, I asked him. I said, "You want to stick around and see how the magic is made?" He says, "Nah, I gotta see how the Bruins are doing." So he took off. Yeah, we'll get him on the show sooner or
I
later.
got real shit to do, son.
I know, right?
I don't have time for you and your friends.
As he goes home and pours Tabasco in his eyes.
I'm all set with your Mickey Mouse Club.
No, he rocks.
I don't have time for you and your damned hobbies, sir.
That's not how he sounds.
No, I know. That was a line from Master and Commander. I had to throw
of
it out.
course.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Master, Vader, and Commander.
Master, Vader, and
I
Commander.
gotta see this movie sometime.
I have it.
It's
We'll
on,
see it.
It's
Yeah.
on Prime.
It
okay,
is.
I'll,
Yes.
I'll check it
It's like
out.
6 hours long, isn't
is.
No,
Oh,
it just
shit.
feels that way to some people.
To most people.
I think I'm the only one who likes that movie.
I made him watch Snyder Cut. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll watch that. No, shout out to your dad. Awesome. Vinny, if you're listening, take notes. Not that you would.
This guy likes horror movies, Vinny.
Yeah. See how it's done? See how the bonding's done?
You're just gonna
Yeah.
be like, I raised you. This is the thanks I get.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You embarrassed me on your talkie show.
Your talkie show.
This is what I get for raising you. You sit around with your friends.
You and
make
your
fun
little
of me?
friends.
Not once do you bring up the trumpet.
Yeah. Oh, the good movie is Patton. He'd want to talk about Patton. He'd want a podcast about Patton and
talk
where
about
he goes there. No one talks about Patton. We don't talk about Patton.
We talked about Dick Van Patten and
Yes,
Spaceballs.
What? We don't talk. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Jada. And we don't talk about Patton.
We could be the only podcast that doesn't talk about it still.
Yeah.
We could. Or we
could.
can talk about it at
Yeah,
some
we
point.
could.
I'm leaving it up to you guys.
Yeah. We'll take the high ground.
We'll see. Will we?
Maybe someday we'll take the
Maybe
high
that's
ground.
making somebody's geek flag fly, yo. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
But not this week.
No.
Mark's like, no.
Brian, how about you?
Yeah, I loved it, man. I think this one was speaking directly to me because as soon as I saw,
I wanted to kill everybody in
I
this
love the
room.
Foo Fighters.
It's a little creepy.
No.
This is a movie about demonic possession.
Brian's stabbing me with a microphone.
Hey guys, come back into my basement. Look at it.
I redid it just
I
for you.
redid it.
Look, this new cedar closet is soundproof.
Is that a raccoon on the wall?
That's not a dog. Something behind me is making noise. I gotta go, guys. No, I loved it because I love the Foo Fighters. I'm a sucker for a good horror comedy, and this one delivered every single thing that I love. It had great kills. It had a lot more comedy than I was expecting. The Foo Fighters were better actors than I thought they were. Yeah. It was just a great story, and it was a hell of a lot of fun. I just loved everything about it. I want to see it again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Favorite kill, Derek.
Even though I knew it was coming, I gotta say Pat's.
Cool.
The tire.
Oh yeah, it was very telegraphed.
Yeah, and you know what it reminded me of is. Do you remember in Grindhouse?
Death Proof?
Death Proof.
Yeah.
Remember when they get in the car accident and the tire
Oh,
goes
the
over the
tire
car
goes over that lady's
that girl's
name
face.
who I can
Yeah.
never remember, and you and I always talk about her, Tito, and I always
Oh, I
her
forget
name.
she's in the car until she
That's
gets
the one who
hit
gets
by the tire.
yeah.
Yep.
I was like, who's that lady?
Vanessa something.
She just
It's
showed
either
up at the
Valerie or
back.
Vanessa.
No, it is. You're right. It's because she was in that.
She's got a nice Italian name. Huh?
She's in
Fatina.
she's in Nothing Like the Holidays with Johnny Legs.
Nothing like the holidays.
Still could have an Italian name.
It's a Christmas movie.
I'm
But
gonna
it's,
have to see this movie.
yeah, you have to. I can't believe you've never seen it. It's about a Puerto Rican family.
Oh, that's like my family.
Alfred Molina.
Tito, do you
Alfred Molina, and
Wow.
and
Tito, do you consider yourself the Johnny
She
Legs
plays the
in your
sister.
family?
oh,
No,
he's dead.
Do you consider yourself the Bruno?
Or yeah, I think
a good
he's.
question.
Yeah.
Am I the Johnny Legs of
Now,
my
that's
family?
that's
Am
Columbia.
I the most talented person in my family?
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Johnny Legs has both.
That's something Johnny Legs would say. He'd be just as modest. Was I the best thing about Super Mario Brothers?
I was.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was.
Yes, I was. And will continue to be. I'm going
I thought you were
chainsaw
looking
under
at
the
me.
bed.
That was a cool
was
one.
a good shot.
Oh, that was
That
awesome
was
as
a
hell.
really
That
good
is-
effect.
That
That was
is
a
my pick as well.
good kill.
You know
really
what?
Good
Not
kill.
only the kill itself, but the aftermath of
The
that.
only
yeah.
thing that would have been better is if when he finished, he split the bra open with the chainsaw.
Didn't he though?
He
did.
Her whole body.
split
Yeah,
apart.
they
I know, but I
showed
didn't see her boobs.
Oh,
well,
no.
you
No.
know.
Well, that's what it would have been better.
If you saw the split
yeah,
up.
if
I
it popped
see.
open and then I was like, oh,
Yeah,
boobs.
because
and then,
Whitney
and then she
Cummings-
fell apart.
Whitney Cummings is definitely stacked.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
know.
realize.
Stacked. I had no
Yeah.
idea that
Yeah.
she was so
for
chesty.
a woman who looks like that, the insurance girl, Flo.
Oh, a little
Yeah, but
bit.
yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
Vanessa Ferlito.
That's what it is.
Oh.
I always forget that name.
You got to check that movie out. It's a great movie.
Never saw it.
What?
good.
You've never seen Death Proof?
No,
No.
Nothing Like the
Death Proof I
Holidays.
did, but nothing. The one he's talking
Oh,
about.
the
Christmas
the
movie.
Unique 8.
Yes.
Vanessa Ferlito. Yeah. From NCIS or CISS.
One of those shows.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
of
the
those.
alphabet shows.
FBI.
Sesame Street.
Do we say yours? Do we say your favorite kill?
No, not yet.
No, I agree with you about the chainsaw.
So chainsaws and
but yeah,
Tire.
that's a good runner-up.
that is a good runner-up.
yeah,
Totally.
because I really thought that Pat
Yeah.
was going to make it until he got underneath.
Until
and I
he
saw-
started to start the
I saw
car
his-
from underneath.
I'm like, why, like, why are you hot wiring a car from underneath?
That's the old fashioned.
We're doing it that's what he said. We're doing it the old-fashioned way.
Because
they
that's
used
what
to
the
do it.
script wanted.
Yeah.
And in horror movies, that's how it goes.
I guess so.
You make poor decisions. There's a commercial about
That's
it.
right.
Is it
Yeah.
Geico?
Why don't we get in the running car?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Let's go hide behind the chainsaws.
Exactly.
And the guy just standing there. It was like the poor man's John Cena.
That's right. That's right. He is.
That big square face.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
look he gives is just great.
It's like,
Yep.
Yeah. No, this was good.
It was
definitely a lot of Evil Dead in this movie.
Yeah,
from the evil book,
the Necronomicon,
to the living animal on the wall, to
The
just-
Exorcist.
They
Yeah,
even
The
said,
Exorcist.
like in the trivia, they said the way that Dave Grohl comes out of the pool at the end is very reminiscent of the poster for Evil Dead 1.
That's
the girl
right.
on the poster.
Oh yeah. She's
Yeah.
being grabbed by the hand. That's
Yep.
right. I do an homage to that in issue 2 of Werewolf with a Chainsaw.
I can't wait to
coming
see
at
it,
the end
and
of
neither
April
can our
to
listeners.
conventions near you. Shameless plug, guys. Sorry, I had
It's
to do
not
it.
shameless at all.
No shame.
Yeah.
But I
zero
did.
shame.
No, I guess zero shame does make it shameless.
Yeah, zero
I'd
shame.
mention the fact that you're going to be at Retro Expo, but by the time this episode drops,
this
you'll
will
already be
episode.
done.
But when this episode drops, you will have time to check out Monster Expo.
Monster Expo
in Fairhaven.
Yes.
Halfway to Halloween. An actual
Yes.
halfway to Halloween.
As
not the
opposed to
way,
our halfway
not the
to
way we do
Halloween.
it in June.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we have to do the friggin' May the 4th movies. I don't know who thought of that idea, asshole.
Oh, hi, Mark. His name is Mark, and thanks a lot.
No, the halfway to Halloween Monster Expo. I'll be there as well, selling the premiere if all goes well. I should probably knock on wood.
Yeah.
Of issue 2. So there's the plug. Get that out of the way now. Let's get back to the movie.
And
what
back
else?
with the movie.
Even the scene with the light bulb filling up with blood.
Yeah.
Directly from Evil
Oh,
Dead.
that's right,
The
yeah.
basement, finding everything in the
Yeah.
basement.
The recordings.
The recordings.
Yeah, that's
very-
true. Yes, the tape recorder.
Which those kind of movies, man. I love
Yeah.
them.
That was
Yeah.
cool too,
Yeah.
and it's spinning and it's like a mouth. You know, it's like
I thought
talking
that
to him.
too. Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
it was very fun. It's
Yep.
a fun ass movie.
It was.
Definitely was.
Yeah. It looks like they had a lot of fun making it too.
Mhm.
I'm sure they did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess, just being able to play an asshole version of yourself and just like the things you get made fun of for. It's like the guys from This Is the End.
Yeah.
James
Yeah.
Franco finally plays the person everybody accuses him of being.
Right.
And of course, this is back when he was more
is.
liked, right? But, Craig Robinson, Seth Rogen, everybody in this movie plays the biggest prick.
Even like
Yeah.
Michael Cera, he's like grabs her.
Oh,
on
he's
his
the
butt.
worst.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
he's just like a
yeah,
giant
he is.
creep.
Yep. He gets slapped in the face. And Curb Your Enthusiasm does it too. Everybody who shows up on that show playing themselves is just a jerk. Even Michael J. Fox comes on that show, and he's the last person you want to think of as an asshole, but he does
Right.
a damn good job making you not like him.
Well, he used to be an asshole on Family
Well,
Ties.
yeah, no, but given this who he is now, his
Yeah.
Parkinson's and everything, it's hard to be like,
what a jerk.
What a jerk! It's hard for Larry David to be to treat Michael J. Fox like a jerk on the show,
Yeah.
but he makes it easy to
does
do.
it easy, yeah.
So I like that stuff.
Nice.
All right,
Good picks.
Yeah.
good picks, good kills. Have we covered anything else? Or do we need to cover anything else?
And this is a straightforward, just slasher, funny. Not much to the story.
No.
Demons
It was
come out of
it
the-
was a good old fashioned horror comedy.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that a lot. It didn't try to reinvent the wheel.
No.
But it was more funny and fun than I thought it was going to be. The kills were great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what more could you ask for?
It's just made
You
by
know?
people
And
who
it's
love
done-
love these movies.
And it's done by a fun bunch of guys, you know, that look like they're having a great time on camera. They've got great chemistry together. They can act better than I thought they could.
Yeah.
With
I mean,
the
they're a
exception
great-
of, like we said,
great
Pat
band.
Smear, but
And I think that they're a
Yeah,
band.
but
I
he
think
was
that's just-
funny. Even
he
his
was funny.
acting,
No,
yeah,
I-
he
he
was
was
his
still
character.
funny.
he was the one I was
Sleeping
rooting
on the
for the
kitchen
most.
counter.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. He was the one I was rooting for the most at the end, and I was like, oh, well, I guess he's going to buy it because he crawled under the
Yeah,
van
me
by the
too.
tire.
I kept thinking he was the only one that was going to survive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the funniest one, I
But you
think.
kind of knew that they would make this work because you look at their video. I meant to mention the Mentos video.
No,
a lot
that's
of their
true.
videos are
The learning
they're
to fly where they're playing
story-driven,
a bunch of
Oh,
different
yeah,
characters.
right.
The
Yeah.
Everlong, I used to love that video.
Yeah, that's a
where
great
it's like
s- I
his
still
hand
love that.
grows
Yeah.
really big. And,
Yes.
and he
Yes.
gets like the nunchucks for out of two logs. I love that video. I love that song. What I liked about this movie, which I thought was interesting, is that it kind of worked backwards, where he ends up by himself. Where
That's right.
that first album he played every instrument.
He
on.
did.
He didn't even have a band.
He did the entire first album by himself. Oh, cool. And then he started hiring a band.
That's all him.
But I read that the kills that happened in the movie happened in reverse order, the way that people were hired for the band.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so,
cool.
so the people that killed last were hired first, you know.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All these little hidden things.
Yeah.
I like
So
Yeah.
that's early.
So
So,
it-
Pat was.
Yeah.
yeah. So Pat was
But I
probably
mean,
one of the
he
first
performed
ones.
with like Nirvana when they did Unplugged.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Oh, did he? I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
remember
that's
that.
where I
Yeah.
I remember
Pat
him from-
Smear. Yeah.
Yeah, when he had blonde hair.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
Nirvana did Unplugged, he performed with them on that, which is fun. I growing up, I wasn't a huge Nirvana guy, but I loved Foo Fighters.
I agree
It
with
was
you,
just like,
Tito.
oh,
Yeah.
all that talent was just like locked away behind the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
he's
right?
so freaking
He
talented.
really is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And not to not to say Kurt Cobain and like Chris Novoselic aren't, but like I haven't seen Chris Novoselic
No.
since.
Yeah.
No, I know.
And I don't know. It seemed like
You
yeah,
know,
100%.
if that didn't happen, we would never have all this great music. We wouldn't have the
Yeah.
movie that we're talking about tonight.
Well, I don't know. They could have gotten.
It might have come
They
eventually,
could have just
yeah.
had a
It would have
fallout.
been. It would have been different.
Courtney
Yeah.
Love
It would
was
have been a
just
lot
getting her
different.
hooks in at that point.
Exactly.
Right? She
Hi,
hadn't
you know my
fully-
wife, Courtney Love. Who?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
one of
she
the
was
best Family Guy moments right
Just
there.
getting her hooks in at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like the Foo Fighters. I never followed them that much, but the songs that I've heard on the
I've
radio,
only seen
I
them
love.
live once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I-
and a lot of the
did.
biggest bands out there, like they don't always get along.
No.
And I feel like this band has
Yeah.
a very like strong camaraderie.
Yeah.
They do.
are good friends. They have great chemistry together. You can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the band,
Which is
the-
why it was like very bittersweet watching this.
I know.
Because
Yeah.
Because now you know what
knowing
happened
now
with
that- yeah.
Taylor.
Yeah.
But I saw the band live when they the summer that Dave Grohl broke his leg. So he played the entire rest of the tour from like a wheelchair,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they made like this throne of guitars for him. Like Game of Thrones was big.
Yeah, I
back in
remember
the-
that.
back at the time. So he sat on this throne of guitars while he played.
I remember hearing he was a super nice dude.
He seems like it. He seems like a genuinely
was totally
cool guy.
one of those. I'll stay till the end.
I think they
sign
all are.
fans. Somebody, I think he was at a signing, and one of the guys like tried to cut the thing short and hurry him on the van, and he just
And he
told him
wouldn't
to
do
fuck
it?
off.
He-
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
He
like,
didn't
no,
wanna
man.
abandon the
People are
fans.
paying to listen to my music.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I like that. I like people that understand. Like
Yeah.
without us, you don't have a career.
Right,
So,
right.
You know.
I imagine he learned a lot from his experience in Nirvana.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
And like the stories you hear of like it was a 3-way split, and then after a certain point it was like 95% 5%.
Mm.
Then it was like Kurt Cobain was it started from them all getting their fair share to, you know. So
Yeah.
eventually I feel like they probably would have
Yeah.
parted ways if nothing got figured
You're
out.
probably
and then,
right.
you know, the thing happens to Kurt Cobain, and I imagine he has this, you know, whatever come to Jesus moment where it's like, I don't want to do that ever again.
Yeah.
Like, I love music. I just want to make music and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
clearly, that's what they've been doing this whole time. And one day he was like, let's make a movie.
Mm-hmm. And thank God. That was a,
And
that
they
was
did.
a fun
and
movie.
they made a fun ass movie. And it makes sense for those guys to make that fun movie. Because you can see it based on, you know, they do, like they don't take the carpool karaoke. They did an episode of that. Like, they are this larger than life band,
Yeah.
but they're kind of an everyman band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know,
They seem very down to earth.
They do.
yeah.
Yeah.
They do, and
Well,
that's what I've heard.
they drove a shitty van.
Yeah.
Even though they could have
I
afforded
think that van was supposed to, I think I saw that. They were going to
Yes.
use that van to go on tour.
Well, for their 25th anniversary.
Yeah, because that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
van they
Kidding.
went on tour with the first time. So
Yep.
instead, they
Oh,
put it in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
I saw that
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah, but the
trivia
pandemic
also.
happened around the time of their 25th anniversary, so they couldn't tour that year. So
Oh man.
that's why the van ended.
They
up
stuck it in the movie.
Yeah.
Imagine that being that rich and like, yeah, let's go on tour in this van.
Yeah.
God, I wish I was that rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Seriously. Yeah.
We might have to stop every 4
Yeah,
hours
right.
for gas.
We're gonna have this tour bus follow us around actually behind the van.
Let's pretend
With
we're
all the
middle class.
amenities.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
Right. We'll get a fleet of tour buses to follow us, but we're gonna
Remember when we
drive
were the little
around.
people?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're gonna get stranded in the middle of nowhere, right? In a shitty van.
Just like Axel Foley.
that's
all
gonna
that
happen-
recognition and all those guys he saves, he's still driving that piece of shit car.
driving it, yeah.
He keeps it real.
Banana in the tailpipe.
Yep. We're not going to follow for the banana in the tailpipe. Speaking of music, we have to mention the music not done by the Foo Fighters, but done by John Carpenter.
Yeah,
and Cody
that's
Carpenter,
right.
his son.
theme.
And the
Yep.
third guy who I can't remember because I was so enamored that it was John Carpenter.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that
Tito
the guy with the eye patch?
Was it the guy with the eye patch?
Old Eye Patchy Magoo?
Oh, the,
No, because he was an actor. He's an actor.
Eye Patchy McGetch? I was just looking at this too.
while Tito's figuring that out and sneezing, I will say the music is awesome. It's classic Carpenter
was.
all the way.
And what was the name of the fictitious band? Was it Black Widow or something like that? Or
No, Dream Widow.
Dream Widow.
Dream Widow.
Dream
Yeah.
Widow.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and then the thing that Dave Grohl wrote for the movie, the actual
Song.
Yeah,
that
it's La
44-minute epic.
Yeah.
the song that has no end.
Daniel Davies.
This is the song
That's it,
that
yeah.
has
Carpenter,
no
Cody
end.
Carpenter,
Yep.
Daniel Davies.
It goes on and on, my friend.
I would have liked. I mean, obviously,
Some
you don't want to hear a
rockers
40-minute
started.
song, but like, I feel like you don't actually hear the end.
Well,
Was it the end?
I
Like
thought
the
the end
drums?
was, well, I
Was that
guess
it,
we
the
spoiled
drums?
it.
Yeah, I
but
guess
yeah.
so. Yeah.
Well, the end was
It seemed like the same thing we had been listening to.
It probably was. It was
him
Yeah.
dying. I thought the end was them dying. That's
probably was,
It's got to
yeah.
end.
Oh, is
In
that
order to end, they have to die.
Yeah.
That's what we have to stay around for the end. That's what I thought.
Oh, is that? Oh, but why didn't it work the first time?
I don't know. I could
the
be
guy
wrong.
killed
I'm
himself?
not. Don't quote me on it, but that's just what I got from it.
Too late.
We got some rock and
You
roll
quoted
Easter
me on it.
eggs.
Yeah.
Do we?
So the Pearl Jam High Five.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I love
yes,
that.
this is great.
I was going to mention that for our ending,
Jeremy
Which
spoke.
is based on the cover of the Pearl Jam
Yeah.
album 10.
but yep.
Band gives each other a high five. Black Sabbath recorded in a castle.
Mm-hmm.
Kerry King was Krug, or Krug, right? Krug.
Okay, yep. Krug.
Kerry King is from Slayer.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
And
the
they have
fa-
a song on the soundtrack, it said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. The Coldplay reference.
Yeah.
This is an old joke. Yeah, Grohl has been making fun of Coldplay for over a decade. So-
Hey,
Fair.
who hasn't?
Yeah, right.
Rightfully so.
Oh, I think the guy who directed this had directed I think that's what I saw. He had directed a bunch of Slayer videos.
Okay,
okay.
that's
I
cool.
was looking at his IMDb.
My friend
Yeah.
That's
Steve
the
would have picked
connection.
up on that right away.
He
He's a
hadn't directed
huge
too many things.
Slayer
Yeah,
fan.
my buddy Paul, too.
The L minor chord was it was a reference to not so much direct reference, but
Yeah.
Spinal Tap.
Uh-huh.
Was influenced
Oh,
by
these go
that.
to 11?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Roy Mayorga scored the movie. So John Carpenter wrote that song.
Yeah.
Roy Mayorga was the other guy.
Okay.
And Mayorga is the drummer of the heavy metal bands Hell Yeah and Stone Sour.
Oh, I know Stone Sour.
But he wasn't the guy in the eye patch who had the cameo with
no,
John
no,
Carpenter.
no, no,
No,
That's
that-
an actor.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just an actor.
Awesome cameo, by
You
the
really
way.
want that eye patch guy
Yeah.
to be somebody.
I do. I feel like if he's going to wear an eye patch, he
You're
needs
really
to be
pushing this
somebody.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? Like, is he Snake Plissken?
I was just going to say
What?
that. Yeah.
That guy,
Oh,
that
yeah.
kid, the guy's
Yeah.
name is Jason Trost.
Okay.
Okay.
He is an actor.
So there.
He's a director, actor, producer, special effects artist, and screenwriter.
No.
Okay.
He,
Well, I could say that. What's
Yeah.
he done?
Hey, sure, he's like Tom Savini
he was
showing up in
in
movies.
This Is the
Yeah.
End.
He did? This is the end?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
And that eye patch is real. He is blind in that eye. So
Oh.
anytime he is in a movie,
It would be really fucked up if he wore the
Right?
eye patch
Yeah.
over his good eye.
Yeah.
well, no, I meant that it wasn't just for the character in the movie. Like,
This is Benicio del Toro moment. I'm only on screen for one shot.
Give me the keys, motherfucker.
Yeah, I want to try something out, guys. What do you think about this?
Hand me the eye patch.
Eye patch. Yeah,
He's
give me
bumping
the
into
eye patch.
shit anyway.
You hear the one about the hooker with the eye patch?
Can you hit me in the back with my eye patch? Hello. This is real bad. How's this Jose? So we're all in agreement.
It was a
Excellent
lot of
movie.
fun. It was a lot of fun. I think I'd like to own this one.
Check it
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
I definitely will own this
Yeah.
one. This is on
very good.
Blu-ray. On Blu-ray.
Blue
Steelbook.
Ray.
If they're a steelbook,
Steelbook
you
edition.
bet your sweet bippy. There will be a copy in my collection.
I think they were supposed to perform this at Boston Common, which is coming up. Boston Calling, is that what it's called?
yeah, I think they've done Boston Calling a few times.
They were supposed to. They canceled that. They canceled
Yeah,
that. I
they
think, like,
did.
Every big band that was playing Boston Calling actually canceled
Yeah.
it
Oh,
for
yeah.
different reasons. Like Rage Against the Machine was supposed to play. They canceled.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, Rage.
Some other.
I like Rage.
I used to.
What's the matter with Rage? What did they do? What did they touch you? Show me on the doll where
Do a
Rage
lot less
touched you.
raging
Yeah,
nowadays.
show us
Oh,
on the
do
doll
they
where
rage
Tom
less
Morello
now?
touched
I don't
you.
know.
I mean, they haven't
they don't
raged in a
rage too
while.
They haven't raged?
That's why-
I'm surprised.
They're part of the machine now.
They're now,
You-
they're now Rage Against Florence in the Machine.
Not so much Rage. Just More annoyance with the machines.
More machine than
Just
rage.
a little less rage than I like out of my machines.
Miffed.
Rage
Miffed
against
against the machine.
Rage against the ice cream machine.
Bitter against the machine.
All right.
It's the vending machine. Took my dollar. Give me those.
I didn't get my Planters peanuts.
Oh, that sparks rage. Come on, we've all been there. You're kicking that machine. You're LAPD in that shit. You're Robert De Niro Goodfellow-zing that machine. You're kicking it like
an MF-er.
While Donovan plays Atlantis in the background. Go get your fucking shine box. All right. So that's
the movie,
that's Studio
guys.
666.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Wild ride. Check it out. You have the dad's approval. All of them.
Absolutely.
All 4 of us.
8 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or 9 if you count Derek's problem.
What?
I don't know. I just want to make it interesting.
That's not a thumb.
Way up. Thumb way up.
It went back in his mouth. All right,
anything making your geek flags fly.
Well,
fly?
big one. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't finished it, but
Your thumb?
no. Moon Knight dropped today.
right. Oh, I
As
haven't
as
seen
of the recording of this
yeah,
episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So
Moon
enough of
Knight.
that one.
So the first episode dropped, and it's
How was
pretty good.
All right.
Oscar
you
Isaac's
saw
great.
it.
Yeah. I watched 3/4 of it. I got to finish it later
It
tonight.
definitely feels like the one that, because when this came out, we kind of a bunch of us collectively started reading some of the Moon Knight
Yeah.
comics to get
I've
familiar.
been
Yeah.
reading the new run.
The one that
Yeah.
I started with, which is I think the 90s,
Yep.
or maybe early 2000s. It like the first episode seems like it was almost ripped directly from it. The way that his apartment's set up and
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, really, it's really good. A lot of fun.
Cool.
And in honor of Taylor Hawkins, there's a video going around. Everybody's sharing it since his death. But if you haven't seen it yet, go on YouTube and there's I forget where it was. It was one of their last concerts, one of his last performances.
Oh, where he sings the Queen song?
Yeah, he sings "Somebody to Love."
Yeah.
So Dave goes on the
Oh, that's
drums
cool.
and he
Yes.
comes down and
That's
sings, and it's
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I
He
gotta
it's a
check
nice
that out.
watch.
Yeah, it is. I've
Yeah.
seen the same thing, D.
Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely.
He was really funny in that movie too.
Yeah,
He
Just
was.
Going back,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
A lot of awesome
Yep.
like
Very
facial
cool.
expressions.
And
when
the
Dave
trivia-
walks into the room to wake everybody up, and he's got the laptop open.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's
Oh,
watching the
shit.
porn.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trivia said that he didn't read the script. He wanted to try to improvise as much as he could.
There you go.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, he did a good job.
So he did a really good job.
Man can play some drums.
Yeah.
He might have been the best. I mean, I don't know all the names of all the band members.
I honestly
thought
don't either. I
the-
know
one of
Dave,
the guy
Dave
who was with
Smear
Pat
and-
Smear at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
I thought he did a really good
He
job.
did.
Yeah.
I thought he might
Yeah.
have been the best
Yeah.
of the group.
Yeah. At first I thought he was the worst, but the more it went on, I'm like I think this is just the way he is, and I'm digging this
Yeah,
performance.
yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
He's just
I was like,
weird,
this is
man, and
He
I
is.
like it.
Yep. Nate and Chris is the other one.
Okay.
Oh, that
Oh,
gets
and
burned.
Rami.
Yeah, there's
That
6
was
of
a
them.
cool death. How like
That
the
was
skin
cool.
was
Yeah.
touching
the
the-
piece of it still sticking
the
to the
grill.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's what I mean.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they show stuff. So
I
it's
forgot
like-
about his death. Yeah.
You usually see something like that, and you don't get the
no,
full
no, they
effects.
show from above.
Yeah.
and no, this
Well,
No,
what was it? The wire through the eye?
The
I
eye-
mean, you
the wire
don't
through the
see
eye?
that, and
Yeah.
you see that in stuff like Zombie.
Yeah.
You rarely see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's usually a cutaway because
Nope.
that's a
Good
I
for
mean,
them to
most
not
people
shy away
they
from the
just turn
gore.
away
Even
when
when
that
like the full-on front shot of Dave Grohl when he's throwing up the
Oh,
Oh my
God.
god! And he did a lot of throwing up
Yeah.
in this movie
Yeah.
too.
But it was
Yeah.
like usually you see that from the side, and there's like a hose on the
Yeah.
side of his
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
side of
yeah.
the actor's face.
No, that was a good effect.
Full
Yeah.
frontal. It was great.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
definitely a Sam Raimi moment
Yeah.
right there
Yeah.
too, because
Yeah.
it just the camera
was
kept on it
So
and
long.
it just kept
Yeah,
going.
it just kept
Yeah.
going. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yep.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Awesome. Right.
Still rewatching Barry. I'm started season 2. Season 3 starts on HBO, I think, next month. So I am rewatching it to get to myself refamiliarized with the show because season 1 and 2 came out like 5 years ago,
Yeah, it's
and
been a
because
while.
of the pandemic, season 3 had been long delayed. So a lot of it I want to get caught up on. And this time I'm rewatching it with my wife, who's really digging it too.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I do.
Bill Hader's a good guy. I like
Yeah,
him.
he's awesome.
Yeah, no,
very funny.
it's a really fun show.
Henry Winkler's really funny. In it
Yeah,
too. And
yeah.
I forget the actor's name who played Zaz in Gotham.
Oh yeah, no, exactly, yeah. But he plays
actor's
No
name.
Ho Hank.
Yes.
Yeah, he plays No Ho
so
Hank of
funny.
the Chechen mafia.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
funny.
And a great Zaz. We've said this before.
And,
Yeah.
and
He's good in
Zaz,
that show.
and Stephen Root, who plays Fuchs.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Who is
Jimmy James.
Yeah,
Right. His handler.
He's his
Right?
handler.
His
Yeah,
handler?
yeah.
Yeah.
You steal my sleeper.
That's right. That's right.
Doing
So
good,
that's a
doing
great
good.
show. Trying to think if there's anything else like you. I saw the Taylor Hawkins singing "Somebody to Love." Oh, I put this on our Facebook. Have you guys seen the 5-minute
Condensed
clip
version of
that Topher Grace
Yeah.
did? He cut like
No,
all
I
10
didn't- I
movies
didn't
down
look
to
at
5 minutes. It looks like an awesome trailer for all the Star Wars.
Does
That's
it?
basically, but it is so good. It's so well done. And the rumor is that he's taken the entire prequel trilogy and edited it down to an hour and a half. All 3 movies he's
Oh,
edited
was he
down
the
to.
one that did that? Is that the
Yes.
one that Dan
Wow.
Bacon's
Yes,
trying to get us to watch?
I don't know if that's the one.
Oh, because
but
I
he
know
did
he's been
one.
talking about a cut.
Yeah. There are so many fan cuts and super
Yeah.
cuts and whatnot, but he did one where basically he got rid of all of Jar Jar. There's no mention of Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
Oh yeah, there's no pod
I
racing.
just rewatched it with my son.
Oh,
My
yeah.
son wanted to watch a Star Wars movie.
Why?
and I'm
What
like-
did he
Here's
do
some
to
money. Go see a
deserve it?
Star
Jeez.
Wars.
Well, we bought one of those, those big kid books, the 5-minute such and such stories. So like Marvel, DC, Disney princesses, whatever. And we got a Star Wars one, and like the first story in it is the pod racing. So
Okay.
he wanted to watch the pod race movie, and yeah, God, it is. I mean, the last time I watched it was when we watched.
when we
it,
all watched it. Yeah.
and it really is.
It's painful.
God,
is
it's awful.
Did he enjoy it though? Kids,
did,
Kids
yeah.
usually
Yeah.
are hip to
Yeah,
this.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was because it's a bunch
It's
of
geared
fucking
towards
goofy.
kids.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
It's a bunch of
Like a little
cartoons.
Vader running around.
And speaking of Topher Grace,
Yeah.
I watched Predators.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked it.
Did
I don't
you?
know why
Really?
so many
Oh,
people
man.
didn't like that
Yeah,
movie.
it's fun. So
That's
my
not the one
only
with Adrian
issue with
Brody
that
too,
movie-
is it?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't mind
Yeah.
that one.
I didn't like it.
My,
I was
my only
I was
issue with
coming
it
down on
is
it.
Topher Grace. It was like you can't
I-
detach for 5 fucking seconds
Well, no, and
to
I was
survive this planet.
And I was,
dude.
and I
What
was
is
thinking
wrong
that the
with
whole
you?
time because I knew, because we had talked about it,
Gotta
I
be
knew that he
something
was a
up.
serial
Yeah,
killer.
Yeah, yeah.
And but I see why though, because in the end, like he thinks that he's one of these types of monsters. He's prey. He wants to kill just like these things, and which I love when like he thinks that they're gonna welcome him in
Oh yeah,
somehow
yeah.
into
Part of the
their club.
family.
and
There's a cool scene, like the guy, the samurai who fights the predator.
that is
I thought was
that scene was really
a
cool.
really fun
Yep.
scene. It was entertaining. I like the newest one,
I did like the newest one.
better.
I thought the newest
Yeah.
one
the
was
shade
cool.
black one.
Yeah.
I like
yeah,
that one a lot.
harkened more to the original. Maybe that's why I just didn't like Predators. There was just too much of a departure, and I guess it's kind of cool they try to go for something different. But all that crap that you mentioned, it's like
Yeah.
they just try to do too much with it, or I don't know. Maybe I got to rewatch it. This is what 2000 and
I don't know. It's
like
Yeah,
10.
2000,
and I don't
yeah,
usually
yeah.
like
No,
what's
no.
his face.
Who?
Adrian
Adrian
Brody.
Brody?
I can't stand
He
him.
doesn't. Yeah, he
Yeah,
irks
does
me.
nothing
But
for
he,
I got to say he's
is irksome.
good in the Wes Anderson movies that he does.
yeah,
He's funny in
Darjeeling
those.
and-
Yeah. Darjeeling Limited.
That's the
the
one with the
Grand
brothers,
Budapest
right?
Hotel. He's hilarious. in.
Yeah, I love the Budapest.
I didn't mind him in Hollywoodland. If I'm thinking of the right one, the one with
with
Ben Affleck
Diane
and,
Lane and
yeah,
Yeah.
and Ben Affleck was
Yeah,
George
Ben
Reeves,
Affleck,
right?
yeah.
Josh
Oh yeah,
Hartnett's
yeah,
in
yeah,
it,
yeah.
Anything else?
Not for me,
Brian?
no.
Tito?
Yeah. One of my favorite shows is back. Big fan. Atlanta season 3 started last week.
Atlantis.
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta.
Yeah,
Oh.
I remember
the Donald Glover show.
Yeah.
I think he's probably the most creative, brilliant person in Hollywood
Wow.
right now. And the show is just
More so than the Olsen twins?
Yeah, yeah, by a lot actually.
So that says something.
I could give you the premise, but it's not enough. Like
Yeah.
the show is so interesting and very thought provoking, but funny. Pokes fun at a lot of things.
Cool.
And it's kind of weird and kind of trippy. But yeah, the first 2 episodes just dropped. It's on FX. I started rewatching that. That Miss Marvel trailer dropped. I watched that a couple of times.
That's a good trailer.
And so I was like, let me check out the book. And it looks like based on the trailer, it's very similar to the book outside of like It looks like she's got cosmic bands as opposed to the
actual
Terrigen.
stretchy.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the trailer for the new trailer for the Tom Cruise Maverick movie
Oh,
that
no,
just dropped?
No. That
No.
movie's been pushed back like 3 times.
It has.
Yeah, it's driving me nuts.
Apparently, there's a nice little nod to your boy.
Johnny Legs.
No,
Joey Pants.
No, you were creaming all over him last.
Oh, Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Oh.
Iceman.
Yeah, yeah,
Iceman is made an admiral.
Yeah.
And-
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they show a
Nice.
picture of him, but it's like him now.
Oh,
You know?
wow.
Yeah, so it's it's not like a de-aged picture of him from back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Oh,
didn't
I
they
wanna
didn't
see
write
that
him off in
trailer.
a test explosion like
He
Independence
might be.
Day
I don't
did
know,
with Will
you know,
Smith's
but-
character?
I did
Yeah.
remember seeing in the IMDb that he was on it or was in it. Maybe he's a cameo or something. But yeah, I definitely want to see that movie. I love Top Gun. It's one of
Yeah.
I'm a huge Tony Scott guy. I love Tony Scott movies.
Oh, he makes good stuff. And I still haven't seen his last
Made.
film, like a jerk, and I need
Unstoppable.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
But I do like it. And I do like Val Kilmer,
Get on
too.
the train.
I was gonna say, no, he didn't do Made, but now I know what you meant.
But yeah, I started reading
No, sir.
the Miss Marvel run. The animation, the artwork, I think is really, really cool. The story's interesting, and how she gets the mantle of Miss Marvel is very clever. I like the way they did it, and just even like her background and where she comes from and what is a hero to her and can she be one. Yeah, it looks like fun.
She's a big part of the game, the Avengers game.
Oh
on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like besides that, yeah, Elena came out and watching the same old shit. Per usual.
Nothing wrong with that.
Rock and roll.
that.
Nothing wrong
Awesome.
with that.
What about you, Mark?
Season 3 of Doom Patrol. That show just keeps getting each season's better than
Oh, you're
the
already
previous
on
season.
season 3.
Yeah,
Shit.
I really enjoy this show, and I find each season is better, and 3 is off to a wonderful start. So I can't wait to finish that, and then I'll probably jump on to Stargirl or something like that. Get all those
Nice.
DC shows out of the way. I started the new Ghost Rider run. I got you issue
You
1.
did, and I
think,
haven't
right?
read it yet.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I
first
will
of
check
all,
it out.
Amazing artwork.
Yeah?
Which is something I'm seldomly finding in these comics.
The cover looked like it was from the Kubert run.
It is.
What-
Is
it
it
Adam
was an
Kubert
it
doing
was
the-
an homage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was totally an
So
homage.
who's doing the art? Do you know?
It's I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I'll bring it next time and
Okay.
and give you the info.
Well, I mean, I have
Or
a
Tito
copy
can
of it
look up
upstairs.
right
I
now.
just gotta look.
But the artwork is beautiful.
Yeah,
The story's
no, I
great.
like the cover.
Yeah, it's a good start. Check that out. Yeah, finally, I don't think we talked about it yet. The deleted Batman scene.
Oh, with the Joker.
I finally watched it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I put it off for a little bit. I don't think we really had a chance to talk
no,
about
let's
this.
talk about it now. We got time.
I-
We've only been recording for a little over an hour.
I think we all had the same thought. Like, what was the point of
Dude,
cutting it out?
cutting it out.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And our friends over at the Two Geeks and a Microphone
Yeah.
podcast did an entire episode on it this past weekend, and we all kind of chimed in
Yep.
and gave our 2 cents as they were nice enough to let us do. And we were all in agreement that
Yeah.
this should not have been cut.
Extra,
It would
5
have added an
minutes?
extra 5
Yeah.
minutes to an already 3-hour movie. And if you really wanted to keep it the same length, there were plenty of walking scenes that could have been cut.
Agreed.
And it would have added something.
Agreed.
It definitely
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
have. It definitely would have. It was an amazing scene.
Yeah, it really didn't show too much. It
No.
didn't.
No. But I love that, it sets the fact that he's been in there for a year.
Yep.
Right.
There's a dynamic, the whole anniversary thing. and
I love that. Thank
the
you. I was just
paper
going to bring that
line.
up. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Like genius.
It's our
Fucking
first
genius.
anniversary.
Yeah.
And you bring me paper.
Yep. And
genius.
I know you're not a fan of the guy. I don't know him. I haven't seen the movie.
Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, but
He-
I mean, from what I'm hearing,
he was from the Eternals.
It
He-
sounds
he
like
played
a
Druig.
good performance.
Yeah.
There wasn't much
Oh,
to
no, and
go on.
I got nothing against him.
But
He's just-
I thought I didn't know how he would be.
Yeah.
Because you only got the shot of the mouth, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Batman.
There's some like pictures I saw online where they were able to like blow up the face, and it's
sharp
like
up.
Have you not seen the
it's
trailer,
like this
Tito?
grotesque.
Yeah.
I did, but
You
I
did.
could. When I was watching, I was like, "Oh, he looks like his face is all fucked up." But
Yeah.
It's because
I can't really tell.
it's like he's healing from
From
beating
burns.
that
From
he
a-
took.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the acid burns.
Yes, he almost looks like Two-Face.
Yeah.
You
A little
know,
bit.
maybe that's why they cut it. Maybe people would have thought it was a little too confusing. Is he talking
Yeah.
to Two-Face and not the Joker?
Yeah.
You know?
See, I thought it was more like the Heath Ledger, like the way that the mouth was.
Yeah.
You was saying that, yeah, and I didn't
But
pick
also,
up on that the
and
first
you
time. I had to
mentioned
go back and
this,
watch it.
and you're right, the Arkham games too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Also, he's really scarred up in that. Like
He
in
is.
The
He's got a
Arkham
lot of scars.
video games, yeah.
But he's very like the Arkham one looks more like how when people talk about how Willem Dafoe would be awesome.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
The shape of his face is thinner in those games.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very like lots of scars, lots of like years of taking beatings from.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we always see him getting beat the shit out of, and him just
Who's
laughing.
the artist that drew him with like that kind of bubbly texture? Mark, you might know. I saw this on some video on YouTube where they were comparing it to some guy did a cover of the Joker, and I don't know if it was just a piece of cover art or if it was part of the story, but his face had like, you know, it had the white makeup,
Yeah.
but it had like that bubbly, puckered texture to it. You're not aware of what I'm talking about?
No,
I'll
I
have to
know
show
what
you
you're
later
talking
then.
about, but Greg Capullo?
I'm not sure. You could throw any name out. I really thought
Yeah,
that you knew what I
maybe
was
Greg
talking
Capullo.
about.
I thought, you know, not Brian Boland from Killing Joke. His was
No,
more...
it wasn't Killing Joke. It looked like it was a newer
like a
run.
like the Joker run, but like
Maybe,
a
I don't know.
maybe like a variant cover or something.
Not
Well,
sure.
anyway.
yeah, they're saying online Joker, the Joker
Oh, okay.
run. Brian Azzarello. Lee
Oh,
Bermeo.
Brian Azzarello, yeah, Batman Damned,
by
and he
Lee
did that
yeah.
joke. Yes,
Is
okay,
it
Do they have a picture of
from
it, do you know?
2008.
I did read that.
So I remember seeing the photo that they showed. And
Yeah, they're showing
Yeah.
something like that. Was that what you saw?
no, not at all.
Well, then
no,
screw you, Brian.
no, this was an actual like like a cover to a comic that was drawn that way. That
Well,
they showed.
yeah, but now that he said the name, the mouth design totally.
Yeah, you know
totally
what he's referring to.
Azzarello. Yeah,
So I think that's kind of what they're
Not that
comparing
one,
it
right?
to.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
No, so I'll look it up. I'll find it for you guys. And
All right.
I'll actually put it up on our
that-
Facebook.
So previously, I said, yeah, we don't need Joker, but there was a part of me that said I'd like to see what Matt Reeves would do with it.
Seriously.
And now I want him
go.
in one of these fucking movies.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
doesn't have to be the next one.
No.
Or there can be a nice little scene.
Well, like we were talking about
You know?
with the two geeks and a microphone guys.
Yeah,
like
I missed
stretch
this
it
show
out.
too. I'm sorry.
I
Stretch
think,
it out so like he keeps revisiting him like a Hannibal Lecter
Yeah.
thing, like it kind of
Totally.
was. And then in the third one, have him break out.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like build it up. You know, just
build
give
up
us,
their relationship
give us little bits and
through,
pieces,
through
and then
the glass.
yeah, yes,
All like conversation.
Right, right.
What do you call that?
interrogation.
No, but like scenes where they use dialogue like that to move, like to create the story.
just no exposition.
Exposition. Yes.
Okay,
There we
all
go.
right.
Yeah. And
You know,
and I mean Batman looked great in that scene too.
He did.
Yeah.
No beating on the glove.
No.
Where are they? He's just quiet.
Oh
and
yeah,
staring.
yeah.
Good
But
job.
but I had brought this up before, like a few weeks ago. But I heard the rumor that this was a deleted scene. Remember?
Yeah.
And I said that he goes and he says trying to figure out how to capture
right,
the
you
Riddler.
did. Yeah.
And the Riddler says, well, he thinks like you. He is
Joker.
you. You know.
Yeah.
yeah, it's very strange why
Oh, the Joker says the Riddler's
why
like
they
you. Yes,
thought
thank you,
that
Derek.
that needed to be cut.
Why
but
not
for
just
whatever
Yeah.
go straight up
reason.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Just do the 3
I
hours.
Right,
think it
Call
was.
it a day.
I feel like that was probably like a Warner Brothers thing. Like,
By
no,
design.
save him for the end because it'll be
Right.
a great stinger.
I can see that.
Every movie needs a stinger
Right.
at the end. Now.
I can see that. It takes away from the reveal at the end,
Yeah.
but I mean, I think it would have just added to it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
It would have just added to it, like because you've still got that stinger where now he's interacting with the Riddler. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay,
Well,
now
and
now these guys are plotting
Between
something
the
too.
end scene and the fact that the GCPD show has turned into an Arkham Asylum show,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to see him manipulating.
Yeah.
Like just
yeah,
pulling the strings
behind
of
the
all
scene.
these different characters.
Yeah,
And, basically creating this next wave of, crazies.
Yeah.
yep.
You can
The o-
tell this is again, I think another one of those Warner Brothers things where it's like, well, Matt, we might not even give you a second movie. So
Yeah, maybe.
we don't want you to put the Joker
Sure.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's a fucking success.
fuck
so
it,
they're
I'm
like,
doing it.
oh, give them that. Yeah, let them have
Yeah.
that deleted scene.
Or
then
and
they'll
this
go crazy
is-
for
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, and like I said, I don't know if I've said it on this show or if I commented on the Geek Dads.
Yeah.
The Geeks in the Microphone. The way I feel like Matt Reeves is with the success of this movie and how good this movie was, like he is going to be the Warner Brothers version of James Gunn. Like they're gonna, I think they're gonna give him the keys of the kingdom and just say, "Hey, run with it.
I
you
hope
have
so, because
total
Yeah.
free range. Do whatever you want."
Because if he can pull off again, what he did with this movie, I'm all
Yeah.
for it.
You could have
You
an
made
awesome
me like
trilogy.
Robert
Yeah,
Pattinson.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
no
agree.
easy,
As
no
Batman.
easy
So-
feat.
Wow, look at you, Terry.
Look at him. He smiles every time he says his name.
and that's just not the whiskey talking.
Get together,
Yeah,
man.
look at you.
I might just go back and watch Twilight. No, that's fucking not true.
If Matt Reeves reboots it, maybe.
Yeah. What's making your geek flag fly? Robert Pattinson, shiny skin.
Water for elephants.
Sparkly, sparkles everywhere.
I will say, and I was speculating this, the only reason I could see maybe Matt Reeves deciding to cut it, and this
Yeah.
is just, it could be reaching, but I'm thinking he already had that Joker scene at the end.
Yeah.
Do you think possibly it could be that having another Joker scene in that Batman movie might overshadow how cool the Riddler was? You know, you put two villains in there.
Yeah.
Potentially.
One tends to
I can
overshadow
see
the
that.
other.
I can see
so
that.
I'm wondering, and probably not, but I'm guessing if there was any kind of logical reason to do that, it would be that, well, you put the Joker in a Batman movie, he's gonna overtake that movie. He's such a powerful presence.
Yeah.
Is that gonna take away from the Riddler's menace if we put two scenes
I get
with
what
the
you're
Joker
saying.
in it?
I think I would imagine they don't even have that last scene because there's no reveal necessary. Yeah, because it's all like
well, and the way
hinted
that
at
they
reveal.
did that
Yeah.
reveal at the end, they don't show him. And
That's
I,
true.
and then because it's such a big part,
Yeah.
if they decided they didn't like Barry Keegan, whatever, yeah, like if they didn't really like his way on it,
Keith Coogan.
they could recast it and no one
Yeah,
would know
right.
the difference.
Yeah.
He wasn't even really credited, right?
Yeah, it's like-
No, he was credited
Like,
as
as
unnamed
unseen-
Arkham inmate.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
I like that.
That was kind of cool.
which makes sense because you don't know his name anyway.
I thought it was gonna be Calendar Man.
You'll never, oh yeah.
It was Polka Dot Man.
The Condiment
I was gonna
King.
get my Polka Dot movie, Polka Dot Man movie, just like I wanted. Yeah, so that's it.
gonna
That's
be
all I got.
All right.
Okay, awesome show.
It was a good show,
Great
guys.
show. Cool.
Awesome movie. Awesome
Yeah.
show.
Awesome show, and I'm
Yeah.
going home and going to bed.
Good job. Good job bringing in the Batman. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was good to talk about.
Yeah, because I realized it's been a couple of weeks and we haven't talked about it.
Good
yet.
job bringing in the
No,
Batman,
because
which happens
I-
every episode.
No, no, but I mean this part of
Just
it.
like good job bringing in the
Thank you,
Jurassic
Tino.
Park and the
yeah.
Luke
We
Skywalker.
have not had Jurassic Park in a while.
No, we
No,
haven't.
we haven't.
You are kind of
Nope.
slipping.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, but it's definitely
Shoot her.
because of relevant that is to what's going on. It's making a lot of geek flags. fly.
My
Yeah.
flag
Yeah.
was a
That
flying.
deleted scene.
And I was like, this. It just made me want to see the Batman movie again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Soon.
we've got
Very soon it'll be on
20
HBO.
days
I can't wait.
as of this recording. It
I
comes out
can't
April
wait.
19th on HBO Max.
It is one of the best comic book movies out there.
Agreed.
Full show.
Agreed. I want to watch it again.
I do. And,
Definitely.
all right.
I can't believe how much I liked it. Awesome.
Look at this.
Wow.
Look at this.
It's a whole lot of love.
It's a
Snyder
great movie.
cut.
I don't. I'm still not a fan of Snyder. I'm still not a fan of
Justice
Snyder.
League.
And I wouldn't call myself a Pattinson fanboy.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, man. That smile on your face says otherwise.
no, because it's funny. Especially because we had to record that episode twice, and I didn't realize until the second time that there was the scene that I liked him as Bruce Wayne, and I was like, oh, that was a good scene.
I had that same feeling when I realized I want to marry my wife. That's when you were like looking up into the sky, like, wait a minute.
Wow. I think I
This
like
is
this
it.
one.
Yeah. That's it. I know that face.
Oh, Tina, I thought me and you were like tight
Was your wife sparkly too?
That's
later that night.
yeah. When things like that happens, that means we are.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I only mess with people I really like.
Kindred spirits.
Nice.
We're gonna break balls.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Well,
Awesome.
close it out.
Yeah.
Where else? Where can you find other fantastic episodes like this episode?
Yeah.
Well, we have a website called www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.gdpodcast.com.
The number 3.com.
All right.
Check us out over there. We can, where you can find all of our past episodes. You can find a place to rate and review us. You can find all of our social media links, namely Facebook,
Instagram,
Twitter,
Stitcher, Spotify. No.
and our
Deezer.
our link to our YouTube channel.
That's right.
Where we are rebroadcast on YouTube in audio only, no video yet. And yes, there are one-click buttons for you to subscribe easily to the podcast platform of your choice, so you never miss an upcoming episode.
Plus a lot of fun stuff about us.
Yeah, there's a couple of
Mark's
blogs that we
art,
haven't
my
written.
fanfic.
Yeah, there's links to Mark's art.
Get
There's
to know the
Derek's
dads.
fanfic. There's also a couple of blogs of pictures of us when we did our live episode back in October. If you really want to see that, that's still up there. We have to really update that section of our podcast.
We got to do another live show. That's what we got to do.
we
Yes, we
really
do.
Yeah,
That was a blast.
Totally.
fun.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So thank you guys for listening. As always, stay tuned for future episodes. We have awesome stuff coming up. We're going to be talking the new Scream movie. We're going to be talking some DC shows.
Looking
a little
forward
tardy
to
with
it.
a party on that. We're going to be talking the Fright Night remake,
That's right.
Yeah.
which I saw, and I can't wait to talk about
We've
it.
also got some more stuff coming up with the Two Geeks and a Microphone guys.
Yes,
coming up
that's right,
fairly
we
soon
do.
because
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
be
we discussed
collaborating with
doing.
them again.
We're
Yeah.
going to collaborate with them again. We were thinking of doing a Moon Knight episode when the Moon Knight series wraps up. So that
Cool.
will be about a month or so from now.
Yep.
And then we're going to revisit the Dark Knight, the Batman, which is the Dark Knight.
clearly we can't get enough of.
After it debuts on HBO Max, we're going to all rewatch it again and talk some more.
Cool.
So we've got a lot of fun stuff
Yeah, a
coming
lot
up.
of stuff
so
coming up
please
in April.
Stick with us.
Yeah.
Geek brothers
April,
from
May, and
other mothers.
probably June.
Yeah, May. We got our series of
Aunt
4
May?
movie is 2 months away.
Yeah.
Series of more.
We got
fun
some good
movies.
picks this year.
Yeah.
Some good ones.
Oh
we?
yeah,
Do we really?
Yeah, I
Do
think
we-
they're great.
do
I
we?
think they're good picks.
I think so.
I can't wait.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
So for Three Geeky Dads, this is Mark.
This is Derek.
This is Brian.
I'm Tito.
I'm Morley Safer.
Good night. I'm going to bed.
All right.
Oh,
Pearl,
and keep watching the skies.
Pearl Jam high five, boys.
Pearl Jam.
Yeah,
High five. Keep watching the
Jeremy has spoken.
Mic drop.
Jeremy. I am not a big Pearl Jam.
No, I'm not either.
Same.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Could never get into them.
There was a lot of 90s music. I
That
just
Nothing Man
stayed away
song's
from.
okay. Nothing Man's kind of a nice little.
I like that
song.
Vitalogy. I like that album.
Yeah.
Just
Is that the one with
Breathe is
Daughter?
on there.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's the one
Yeah,
with
and
Daughter.
Nothing Man. And,
Yeah. We were trying to pick music for our wedding, and Kathy joked that she said, "How about we pick Can't Find a Better Man?" I'm like, "You're an asshole."
That's mean. I wanted You Don't Own Me, but then I wanted Goodnight Horses, Silence of the Lambs. Didn't work either.
there we go.
There you go.
God,
I think we got to get you a new chord. Nope.
No, welcome to my world.
Cut the cord already.
testing.
There you go.
See,
All right.
you can't
Don't
fiddle
even
with
look at it.
Don't touch it.
I breathed too hard.
It can't be played.
But yeah.